Okay, so Gavin Newsom's wife, her name is Jennifer Newsom. Jennifer Siebel Newsom. She runs an organization, a nonprofit organization called the Representation Project. Now, in this day and age with all these woke terms, even the name of that organization is a little bit of a red flag here. But the Representation Project is charged. They claim that they're fighting sexism, and they're doing so through making movies and showing these movies in schools, in your children's classrooms. So the Daily Caller reported on this, and this is what they said. Jennifer Siebel Newsom's nonprofit, the Representation Project, a group focused on fighting sexism through films and activism, charged California's public schools between $49 to $599 to stream the documentaries on quote-unquote gender justice to their students, this according to Open the Books. Since 2012, Newsom has earned nearly $1.5 million in film licenses and nearly $1.7 million in sales from documentaries such as The Great American Lie, a story about systemic inequalities in gender, and Fair Play, about unfair work dynamics for women within their homes. This is what the Daily Caller writes. Approximately 2.6 million students in 5,000 schools across all 50 states watched the documentaries, which Newsom wrote and directed. Open the Books reported. Newsom's group charged schools an average of $270 to stream the films. So we talk often about the institution of public schools and how it's been corrupted by mostly the Department of Education and teachers' unions, that collusion, and how teachers' unions are corrupted with people like Randy Weingarten, who are radical leftist activists who really want to use the school system to indoctrinate youth into being Neo-Marxist revolutionaries. They really want to social engineer the next generation of our nations. And we talk often about the institutions, how if you walk into these classrooms, you can see pride flags and Black Lives Matter flags and posters about neo-pronouns. And if you go into teachers union conferences, you can see DEI training and CRT training and SEL training. SEL is social emotional learning, and it's just as toxic as critical race theory, just as toxic as DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. But what we don't often talk about is the creators of this curriculum, the creators of the curriculum that teachers unions harness. We talk about the power teachers unions have over choosing curriculum, but we don't talk about the creators of the curriculum. And the creators of the curriculum are clearly very important because that's what's being poured into the minds of your child. Well, this woman, Gavin Newsom's wife, Jennifer Newsom, she is one of the faces behind the curriculum being taught to your children. She is one of the proverbial quote-unquote experts. She is speaking to your child, telling them what is true and what is not true, what is right and what is wrong through her warped lens of neo-Marxist ideology. So it's not just the institution that we should focus on. The institution itself can be neither moral or immoral when it's something like a school system, right? There's nothing inherently right or wrong, good or bad about the idea of a classroom. It's the people running it, the organizations running it, and then the people who are behind the organizations. And so when we talk about institutional capture, the school system's not just captured by the teachers' unions. The teachers' unions themselves are leveraging so-called expert groups that claim expertise in various disciplines. Like in this case, she is trying to fight sexism through film and making films that she charges classrooms to show to their children. This is a face behind the institutional capture. And I think it's easier to understand how infiltrated our institutions are, how weaponized our institutions have become when we see the faces behind the institutional capture.